Visionaries Global Media, your number one source for podcasting entertainment.
Alright, this is the MGB review of Battle of the Sexes, and I'm going to start doing the intro because it's Season 4. We've been doing this for 3 whole years, and it's time for me to shine.
And I said that since your nearly 7-year-old brother's already doing it. He didn't actually do the introduction this week.
Oh, he did
I said, are you doing the introduction? He's like, nah. But yeah, I said if he can do it, then there's no reason why I should be doing that anymore. I picked this event actually. We were supposed to review something different actually. The plan was actually to review Ignite Wrestling. And I'd actually had that plan for several months. They've been posting it on Twitter for a long time. Aspen Rose was going to be in the main event. And I was like, perfect. And I just assumed they were streaming it, and they weren't. Now, I don't know if they'd intended to, but they said they had some issues with it. So anyway, that was fine. As I was looking on, we mentioned before last week when we reviewed, Mission Pro Wrestling, that we'd signed up for that new network. So I've been looking through that network, and I was like, well, let's see what we got then. If we can't review that, it must be something else. And the first one I saw pretty quickly was Battle of the Sexes. And I was like, oh, that's probably good. That's probably intergender. That's something that definitely appeals to you. Clicked on it just to have a quick look through. First match, Franco Varga. I was like, done. They're sold straight away. There is actually another reason why this is a good one to replace Ignite Wrestling. One of the matches we reviewed, that person was supposed to be in the main event at Ignite Wrestling. So that actually works out pretty well, and I'll talk about that when we get closer. The school of Morton Wrestling School is located in Chucky, I'm going to say Pennsylvania for a second. Jeez. Tennessee. I just put the initials down and couldn't remember what it was. Putting out some of the best wrestling talent in the world, and that's from the Twitter account of Ricky Morton. All right, match one then. I think do we have 4 matches today, Mason?
Yes.
We didn't watch I actually watched the whole card, and there were certain matches that I was like, well, I assume you want to watch Franco, and you were like, yes. There was one person I said, I think you'll like this person as well, and you said yes to that, and then we picked the main event, and then actually I think we just watched the first 3 matches. So match 1, Franco Varga versus Axton Ray. Franco was clearly the heel for this one, because he was getting booed as soon as he came in. Axton was clearly the face, because he was getting cheered immediately. Do you recognise, besides Franco, obviously, do you recognise Axton at all?
No.
We might actually have seen Axton, because I didn't recognise the name to begin with. He appeared at VCW in November 2019. The VCW Commonwealth Heritage title, I can't read anything today. Colby Carino was a champion, defeated Axton Ray. VCW, A Night on Granby Street. We watched a lot of those on Power Slam right towards the end, so I'm not sure about that one. And actually, Axton Ray has faced Franco Varga before as well. AML Lines in the Sand. It was an event that was in Winston-Salem at the AML Pro Wrestling Training Center. All right, Mason, take it away. What you got for this one?
I messed up the intro.
How?
I said it was Season 4, but it's not.
Oh, I thought you meant because it's nearly Season 4.
Well, I guess so. I guess that's still fine.
Yeah.
It is close enough.
Yeah.
Franco does an arm lock and Axton does a handstand to get out of it, and the commentator said he has cheerleading background. And Axton attempts a small package, but Franco blocks it, and Franco wins with his feet on the rope.
I wasn't at all surprised that Franco won by cheating.
Yeah.
It kind of reminded me of when we first saw Franco up at Impact. Not Impact, Infinite Pro. I need to start this whole interview again, this whole thing again. I'm doing a right mess. I have 3 mistakes already. It was very similar. You could tell he was that same heelish character, and you knew it was going to be something that was... He was going to get away with something, and sure enough, he did. Anything about the actual setting for this place? We didn't talk about the location at all. So what did you think of Ricky Morton's school? Can you describe it a little bit?
It was in like a building, and there was like...
Shocker.
It
so
been,
it's not outdoors, okay?
Could have been like Mission Pro.
I guess it could have been, yeah.
There was like I don't know how to describe it there, but it was like 4...
There was a ring?
No, there was 4 bars near the for the entrance, and then there was like a little ceiling-ish thing on top of it.
Ceiling on a building?
No, a ceiling on...
This detail's fantastic.
It was like scaffolding.
Was there like walls as well?
It was like
floor?
Scaffolding.
There was scaffolding, yes. I know what you... Yes,
there was no floor. They were wrestling on water.
They had like a TV screen, so as they came out, they could put out the pictures and things like that. There was some sort of crowd, but you couldn't really ever see them, so they must have been off camera, because it was filmed in kind of like a corner. So there must have. I'm assuming they were socially distanced as well. It certainly wasn't lots of people, but they were very vocal. The people who were there. It could actually have been the other wrestlers in between matches.
Maybe.
Because we just couldn't tell, and I haven't seen any of their other events before, so that was another reason to see it. Like Ricky Morton was really cool, and I was like, oh, I've heard Franco talk about his school, so I was like, oh, that'll be really cool to watch. Just added. This is on IWTV, I think it was. At Lucha American presents Absolute Survivor featuring at Aaron Biggs Pro. I think that's Sandwich Squad, right?
Yeah.
At TKO336, at Cool J LLL, at Snooty Fox 2009, at Aubrey Wright 3, at Real Draco, Ivan Ali. That's the one name we recognise as well.
Oh, yeah, I remember.
Isn't that one of Jackson's favourites?
Yeah. He's
That's what I thought, yeah.
6'7".
At Yella, Yela, I have problems if I'm pronouncing it wrong. At Franco Wrestles versus Chris Phoenix. At Sledge Gibson.
Oh, wow.
At Pretty Jake H as well. So I actually saw Franco talking on social media about his appearance at Lucha American. I saw Jake mention it as well. So that might be an event we possibly want to look out for as well. And one we will certainly be reviewing for MGB. Even though Season 4 is going to be slightly different, but there are certain events we still want to review. And this one Franco has been talking about for a while. First Ever with 4 R's. I don't know how you pronounce that. Ever? I don't know. Not sure. Sunday, 28th of February, 2021, 6 p.m. Eastern Time. And it's at Burlington, North Carolina. I used to drive through Burlington when I used to live in North Carolina. It's, I think they have, I'm trying to remember, it was certainly on the interstate. I remember when I used to go to Raleigh, it used to be on the way. Some of the matches they got planned, because I don't think I've mentioned them all to you, Mason. Jake Hollister's going to face Colby Carino. That'll be pretty cool. Blacktist Jack and Myron Reed. I'm really excited for that one. Dream Girl Ellie versus Lexi Steele. So we'll talk about Dream Girl Ellie later as well, so that's kind of appropriate. Blanco Loco versus Victor Andrews. It says DJ O'Neill. So I'm wondering if DeJuan O'Neill is going by DJ now. It's not like DeJuan's a long name to write out. They fit Blanco on the thing. So I was going to ask our guest for next episode, because we've already recorded that, if DeJuan O'Neill's changed his name. Not sure. Versus James Johnson. JB Cole versus, I think that says Shanghai Pierce. And Franco Varga's facing Suicide. So there's going to be some cool matches there to watch. I'm not sure if that's the whole card or if they've saved any treats yet. Not quite sure. All right, match 2 then was Dirty Daddy versus Diamond Roberts. When I first saw this, I thought it was Chris Dickinson, because that's his nickname. And I was like, oh, this will be a really cool one. It wasn't Chris Dickinson. But this was our first intergender match, though, right? Mm-hmm. All right, what you got for this one?
Diamond Roberts does a full Nelson, and Dirty Daddy wins with a roll-up.
Match 3. I don't have anything for this one. Yeah. I had already watched it, and it was kind of difficult. If you search for Dirty Daddy, it's not easy to find anything for the wrestler. I guess I should have looked up Diamond Roberts. I can't remember what I was doing while this match was going on. I think I was doing just
playing
some other
with
stuff.
The cat.
But it can't. No, I wasn't playing with the cat. That's for sure. But I know it set up the whole intergender tournament, because they got the first point. So Dirty Daddy got the first point for the men, and for the next one, I asked you to watch this one because it linked in better with the next one. I wanted to see Dream Girl Ellie. That was the person who was supposed to be in Ignite's championship match with Aspen Rose and their champion, whose name I can't remember right now, embarrassingly, and I should have written it down. So this was Blanco Loco, who I just mentioned on that card in a second, Mason, for First Ever, versus Dream Girl Ellie. And, perhaps I wrote it down here. Oh, I did write it down. I apologize. It was Casey Lennox was the person who was supposed to be in that match. Spoiler alert, she retained her title. And we did find some matches that Dream Girl Ellie had actually appeared in. We actually watched a couple of extra matches. After we watched this one, I said, oh, she's been on AEW a few times. So we actually watched some of them. Can you remember any of the matches that we saw?
It was Genocide and Dream Girl Ellie versus I can't remember.
Diamante and Ivelisse.
Yeah.
And we'd actually seen Genocide last week when we reviewed it, so that worked perfectly. You said you'd seen Diamante before, so you
on
recognise...
Impact.
Oh, on Impact. Ah, and I did not remember that part at all.
Or it might have been the other person. I don't know.
Ivelisse?
I recognize both of them.
Okay.
I think
they've both appeared on different promotions, so I'd certainly seen them on AEW, so I'd seen that one. I thought it was a thoroughly enjoyable tag match. Dream Girl Ellie was really good. She definitely has a presence. It was cool to see that. And we saw one other match. Can you remember what the other match we saw was? It was kind of a short one. It was like 3 minutes.
No.
It was Penelope Ford
Oh.
defeats Dream Girl Ellie, and after 2 days after this episode comes out, Penelope Ford's going to get married to Kip Sabian on AEW's show, something like Bash at the Beach or something. It's something with beach in the title. I can't
I've
remember
never
exactly
seen
what
Kip
it's called.
Sabian.
Oh, okay. Well, you saw him in this match because he was the man that came out with her. So while she was hanging over the ring and she was like, she had Dream Girl Ellie in a move and she was like kissing the guy on the outside. That's Kip Sabian.
Oh. Okay.
So you have seen him, but you just haven't seen him wrestle at all. What other ones did I see? WWE NXT Women's Title. She was in a #1 contendership battle royal. So I missed that one, unfortunately. Candice LeRae defeated Aaliyah, Avery Taylor, Brandy Lauren, Catalina, Dakota Kai, Ellie Heil. That's Cool Girl Ellie. Oh, sorry, did I say her name right? Dream Girl Ellie, sorry. Emily Ann Douglas, Gia Roman, Indy Hartwell, Casey Catanzaro. I think that might be the first time I've ever pronounced Casey's name right. I have it written down in front of me. Normally I guess. Caden Carter, Marina Shafir, Raven Marie, Raquel Gonzalez, Rhea Ripley, Rita Rai, Shotzi Blackheart, and Zia Lee. So obviously there's some big recognizable names from NXT. Like I said, she didn't win that match, but she's definitely appearing in lots of promotions now in terms of AEW and NXT. So definitely a good future for her. She's only been wrestling for 2 years. That absolutely shocked me. Her ring debut was May 2018, so she's coming up on 3 years. But she almost missed a whole year through COVID. So I was really impressed with how good she was. She was trained by Matt Sydal as well. Well, that was one of their trainers. So, yeah. Signature moves are the Dream Drop and German Suplex, which I think we might even mention in this match. All right, Mason, go ahead. Take this one away.
There was many pins, like at least 15 apiece, where one would pin the other, and then they keep rolling through. And
yeah, they were rolling back and forth, and the ref was going 1, and then the other way 1, the other way 1. Yeah.
And Ellie does a Canadian Destroyer, and Ellie wins with an elbow off the top.
All right, so match 2, you had like 20 seconds. You're going for the shortest episode again?
No.
I'm not adding any details. I'm going to let you come up with the shortest episode ever, and I'm going to let your brother win the longest episode again. For multiple weeks in a row. Actually, I've forgotten. I told him he'd lost this week, but that episode we recorded, that's the interview that's over an hour long, that's for next week. So he might be 3-0 in a minute. We'll have to see. All right, last match then. Main event, we went straight to Viva Las Amish and the New Age Villains. One of them is the Pro Wrestling Trios tag team, Livestocks and Jackpots. That must be Viva Las Amish. Because there was 3 of them, but there was only 2 of the other team, if I remember correctly. Because somebody came out and said, look, you can't do that. Viva Las Amish, Danny Vegas, Hezekiah Hoskins, and Jebediah Moss. On Twitter, Viva Las Amish, January 25th. We're having a virtual Facebook Live merchandise sale. We'll have all kinds of goodies on sale, including t-shirts, autographed 8x10s, slam buddies, and more. Special appearances by Betsy the Chicken and Eli the Egg. Tune in on Facebook this Thursday. I actually did tune in for some of this. I saw the Slam Buddies being sold. They were $20 each, or you get 3 for $55. They were giving out a free 8x10 if you made a purchase, but it was all live. You couldn't buy anything afterwards. I actually liked some of their merchandise. I don't think we saw Eli the Egg in this episode, did we, Mason?
No.
So I looked at these. Eli the Egg is 2-0 right now, apparently. As far as I can say, I haven't seen any of his matches. It looks like the person gets knocked out, and then they put Eli the Egg on top of him, and then Eli the Egg does the pin.
Oh.
So, I said it was a cooler streak than Undertaker's right now. Their t-shirts are really sweet. There was a really nice one with a fruit machine, and they're also the AWO. Can you figure out what that is?
AWO?
Yeah.
Alliance World Order.
Close. You got 2 out of 3 words correct.
I know I got the World Order, definitely.
You did,
right.
yeah.
Gotta keep as many ums in as possible to rack up the time. How long did
For
Jackson
Viva
get?
Las Amish?
Huh?
The Amish World Order.
Oh, okay. Oh, I thought we were talking about something else. I thought we were talking about I thought we were talking about the Eggs faction.
The Egg is part of Viva Las Amish.
Oh.
That's a couple of their characters there.
Oh, I didn't know.
So, I obviously did a little bit of research. They didn't feature in this match at all, but I really enjoyed Viva Las Amish. I thought they were really entertaining, and that was one of the reasons why I was looking them up. I missed a lot of this match, Mason. I'm going to be honest, because I was looking these guys up, and I thought they were really interesting. And yeah, all right, go ahead. Tell us about this match.
One of the Amish got kicked out, so it's now a 2v2, so now it's actually fair. And that was Ricky Morton actually did that.
I think one of them was their manager. I think really, most of the time, it's like two of them, and then normally one's on the outside, but they just removed him so he couldn't interfere at all. I'm not 100% sure of that, though.
But he came back in as soon as the match started. But it's legal up to the ref.
Mm-hmm.
The ref said it was legal. The ref is doing a fast count when the villains are getting pinned, but not when the Amish is getting pinned. So he's definitely getting paid.
Yeah. There was the commentator was very unhappy with that, and quite rightly, because it clearly wasn't a fair match at all.
And the weird thing is that the villains are the faces, and then the Amish are the
The Amish are really
heels.
the villains,
Yeah.
or the heels. Yeah.
Amish wins with hitting the villains with the bell, and after the match, the Amish attack after the match, but Mason-Dixon line helped the villains.
They did, and I actually saw, because I saw on Cage Match, they actually had some of their previous matches listed, and yeah, I saw the Mason-Dixon line, and I was like, well, I'm not going to mention that, I'll leave something for you to say, so you can manage more than 30 seconds this time. But yeah, we used to see them at Nova Pro, so it was kind of cool to see them. The thing at the end that was kind of funny was the commentator said like a couple of times, like, oh, we're out of time now, we'll see you next time, and then the people came in and attacked and then carried on, and then he was like, all right, that's all we got time for. And then they carried on for a little bit longer. He must have done that as a false finish almost 3 times. The New Age villains I found on Facebook. One of them, I think, is Ryan Riley, God's Gift of Wrestling, BJJ, 4 Stripe Purple, weightlifter, music enthusiast, and people called me Dempsey once upon a time. Don't know what that's in reference to. And I think the other person's Nathan Cross. And Nathan Cross actually posted on January 4th. Oh, I didn't say when this event was from, because you actually did the introduction. I believe this was October 2020, Mason. I think. I'm not 100% sure on that, but it was definitely last year. Nathan Cross put out on Facebook, your 3-time School of Morton East Tennessee Tag Team Champions, the New Age Villains. So since we've watched that, the New Age Villains have actually become Tag Team Champions again for the 3rd time. At Real Ricky Morton if I'd have waited just a bit longer, I would have known. On the 7th of October, Ricky Morton tweeted out, we went over 100,000 people watching the Battle of the Sexes. We also had the largest crowd we have ever had at SOM Studios. Oh, I put this in right at the end, so I guess I missed that when I was putting this out. We ran out of chairs. We were pulling chairs from the dressing room. Thank you to the A-team of guys and girls who we now have at SOM Live, Ricky Morton. Yeah, they said on commentators, we have tens of thousands of people watching right now. And I have to admit, that didn't seem very likely to me. Like, I think it's SmackDown right now, or it might even be Raw. They only have like 2 million people watching, and that's like a national show. So I was like, one state, just from a show from one state, I was like, they're not going to have anything close to that, I don't think. Over 100,000. That's really, really impressive. NXT, just to give you an idea, Mason, has about 750,000.
Oh, wow.
Something like that. And same for AEW Dynamite. They have probably about 700,000 on a typical week. It goes up some weeks, it goes down some weeks. Like the week after Sting came on, it was like over 1 million. But it was like 1,100,000 or something. So yeah, great for Ricky Morton's school to get over 100,000 views for an indie event. That's pretty impressive. And I added one more thing at the end. As we're talking about Ricky Morton, as we're recording on January 30th, this is from Kerry Morton. On January 25th, 2021, I step in the ring with my dad. I didn't even know his son wrestled. At GCW Wrestling, world champion at Ricky Shane Page and his side piece Atticus Koga. I mean, come on, I have taken numerous ass whoopings before. I watched your matches. What are you going to do? Whoop my ass? See you soon. So I've mentioned to you that there is something going on right now. Fight Forever, 24 hours. And I think at some point we'll probably review at least one of their matches, because right now, probably as we're recording, if it's still going on, there was a 1-hour iron match between Jordan Oliver and Tony Deppen for the Synergy title.
Yep. And
so you said you wanted to do watch-alongs. I think that might be a perfect.
Yep.
Jackson did an hour watch-along. I think we should do an hour watch-along for that one as well.
Spoiler alert, that's the new format, kind of.
It will be a little bit. I'm going to have to do I guess I'm going to have to do like I do with Jackson. I'm going to have to do my research before we watch. And then as we're going through, I'll have something to talk about while the matches are going on. I didn't actually study for the Iron Man match at all. But yeah, when we pick our... Oh, actually, we haven't talked about it. I mentioned it on Good Cop, Bad Cop, but I haven't talked about it on MGB, I don't think. So do you want to talk about what the new format's going to look like a little bit?
Yeah, I think it's like we pick one random wrestler, or not. It doesn't have to be random, just one wrestler, and we pick 3 of their matches and watch along. Do like one watch along for one of the matches and review the other.
Yeah, it's certainly going to be. We're probably going to focus on a particular wrestler. We are still going to do other reviews because there are other shows we're going to want to do. When Synergies comes back after their break, I'm sure we're going to want to continue reviewing some of their things as well. But yeah, I think it'd be a good opportunity for you to see wrestlers that you might not know. We can look ahead of time, like on Cage Match, and say, well, that match looks cool. That match looks cool. If it'd be nice if we can find ones that do appear on AEW, because then you can actually put those out. Hey, if you want to watch this match with us, click on this link. Not everybody has Power Slam. Not everyone has IWTV. Not everyone has Title. I forgot what it's called.
Title Match
Network. Not everyone has that. But yeah, I think that would be a cool idea. We actually did it for... who did we do that for recently?
It was like the I can't remember what it was. It was a DC company, and it was like it wasn't exactly a match. It was kind of like a screw. It was a match, but there was like a little play at the start.
Okay. Well, I guess. In terms of the watch along, yeah. I was thinking of we watched several matches together. It was Dream Girl Ellie, wasn't it? That was it. Because we watched this match, and then we watched the AEW match, and then we watched the Penelope Ford match as well. And I think it works really well, actually. So I think that'll be something that's cool. It'll give us a chance to focus on. Because I've said numerous times, like, I don't know that wrestler very well. I think if you watch 3 of their matches back to back to back, you really get a good feel for it. And I've actually already watched the one that I want to do, one of the first ones of, which is Thunder Rosa. I watched all of her matches from, I think it's called Ladies Night Out, and there was about 8 matches, and yeah, if we're only doing 3, I'm going to be hard-pressed to pick 3, because there was lots where you could go, well, that one was good because of this one, you know the person who wrestles against her for this one, so you'll want to watch that, and so on. So yeah, I guess that's the new format. I don't think there was anything else I had on the end. Let me just quickly check. No, I don't have anything. Anything else?
Did we beat Jackson?
Did we beat Jackson? Ooh, let's have a look. Not even close. 21 minutes. We had a bit of music in. He did 31 minutes this week. Nope, done. Jackson is 3-0. Yeah. Yeah, you could add 10 minutes of music and then I can delete that 10 minutes of music, and Jackson's 3-0. But you definitely have him next week because he did an hour and 20. We did an hour and 20 for our interview. Yeah, next week's episode is an interview with Dustin Tarr, who we met at NEW Wrestling. I think it's one of our best interviews of the year, Mason, so definitely stay tuned for that one. You only lost by now 9 minutes now. I gave that little bit at the end. All right, we're done.
It's goodbye from me.
And it's goodbye from me.
And it's goodbye from them.
Goodbye.
The music was Zigzag by Kevin MacLeod at Incompetech.com. Licensed under Creative Commons by Attribution 3.0. http://creativecommons.org/licenses/by